Hey kids, it's Dad. Anyway, to make this a bit more different today, I'm going to be talking about some concepts, right? So these concepts, I would say, first and foremost, I'm just going to give you an idea of how wealth is to be made, I suppose, or money, whichever you want to term it as. So the thing is about money is that it's not made, right? It's not just created out of thin air. It's something you get for solving someone else's problem and or someone else's issues, and they basically reward you for it. Like they pay you for it. And once you understand basically that what kind of issues you need to solve, what are the pain points that need attention, that's the time that they want to flip you over and give whatever they can and what they feel is deemed appropriate for that service that you're providing, as an example. And obviously it's the vice versa around. If you are at the position of employing people, then they are here to solve your problems. You're paying them to solve your problems basically. No needs. Coming to needs, what are the needs that people have on a very holistic, generic level that you need to figure out you can solve? Men, they fear poverty because they feel they'll be shunned by society or whatever. They feel incomplete if they're not providing for the family, whatever it is. But they fear poverty. They don't want to be poor as fuck, whatever. Women, they love beauty. They just want to look pretty. They want to they want people to appreciate them. They want people to not exactly fall in love with them, but they want to be seen as a point of attention, so to speak, or they want to be at the center of focus of people or surroundings or whoever it is, somebody or the other. The elder, they fear illness, they're afraid of death, they're afraid of passing away. The children, they fear being ignored by their parents, by their friends, by the ones they love, by the ones they care about. And the poor, they just want riches. They just want to get out of the cycle of poverty. The wealthy, the people who are already rich, they fear death. They fear that once they're not around, they won't be able to enjoy the pleasures of life, the joy of happiness, and all those things, which is not really true. It's just a cycle. The more problems you're able to solve for others, the more money you can make till you realize that you can tap into their needs. And obviously the needs is something that you need to learn to take advantage of, and once you do that, they'll just split open their wallets and bank accounts, things like those for you. So that's something about money I want to talk about. And maybe another questions, I'll have to look it up. I think I've written it down here somewhere. Yeah, so this is something, if you're watching as kids, maybe you should ask yourself these questions on a periodic basis, maybe once a year or something. And if it's something, if this is something you're watching when you are parents, then maybe this is something you should be asking your kids on a yearly basis, or a bi-yearly basis, or a half-yearly basis, whatever. The first would be, what are the benefits of going to school / education? The objective of obviously asking this is to figuring out and understand or establish what are the correct values, that they understand why they're going to school, why you're going to school. Second would be, what strengths do you think you have? This is primarily asked to build self-awareness, to identify that what do you believe are your strengths. This could be in context of you, your kids, primarily, whichever context you believe you are in right now as a parent or as a child. Third would be, if you were my father, would you let me play video games first, or would you suggest me to do my homework? So this is primarily to teach the critical thinking aspect of life, basically, that that where I in your situation, how would I behave, how would I react. And this also would show you that how others see you in your perception of self. So if I'm asking you this question, that if you were my dad, what would you have me do? Like, would I let you play video games, or would I let you do your homework, or whatever? You can replace homework with whatever is appropriate. Fourth question could be, if I gave you an X amount of money, like obviously with time money scales, and if I say 1 lakh now, it's a big amount, but maybe 10 years, 20 years down the line, it might be a small amount. But something that is, let's say, 50 to 60% of your in hand, or rather 2 months of operating expenses of your home. If I give you that much amount of money, how would you spend it? The objective of asking this question is obviously to have a bit of financial education and understand the value of money. And obviously the answers at different stages of life would obviously differ, but at the same time it would also help correct that what should the right priorities be. Should it be spending on wants, spending on needs, or spending on something completely unrequired, not even wants, just something wasteful. So that is question 4. Question 5 would be, if you knew your answer is correct and your teacher's answer is incorrect, would you hold your own ground? Now, the objective of this question is obviously to cultivate individualistic thinking that shows that whether you are able to stand on your own feet and say, no, I know I'm right because of XYZ reason, I know you're wrong because of XYZ reason. Can you have your own reasoning, or are you a pushover and you just listen to what everyone else says? So okay, maybe I over exaggerated a bit, but yeah, conceptually, yeah. Sixth question would be, or the last question here would be, what do you think a happy family is like? What do you think Papa and Mama should be doing? So this question is obviously to develop an understanding of joy, basically, to have someone figure out that what defines a happy family, and also asking them at the same time that what mom and dad should be doing something different, or are they doing something fine, or should they be doing something additional to make you feel comfortable, is the point. And now obviously I've rambled on a lot, and if I want to just add on my personal take on all these things, if I had to answer these questions, what are the benefits of going to school education, my answer would probably be to build my skill sets, to learn as many things as I can, to build a domain of knowledge that I can tap into anytime, whenever I need, for whatever situation. Second question would be, what strengths do you think you have? I would probably answer with communication, oration, writing skills, understanding people, empathy. I think those are my skills. And obviously everyone has their own skill set, and skill sets change or advance with time, so everyone can have their own thing which changes. Third question would be, if I were my own dad, and if I would I let me play video games, or would I first do my homework? I would obviously say do my homework, because if you're not focusing on the important priority first and you're focusing on the wrong priority first, then that obviously means that you don't have the fundamentals in your life clear. So I would obviously want to ensure my dad suggests me to do my homework, and then I can play games or whatever it is. If I gave you INR 1 lakh or 1 crore, whatever it is, how would you spend it? I would spend it with probably 40% or 35% investment in long-term instruments, not fixed deposits for sure. but probably either physical assets like land or uh, an appreciating asset, basically, not just an asset, an appreciating asset, something that will help grow the money. Another 30-35% I would probably invest in gold or government bonds, just to secure the future, so to speak. And the last 30% or something, or 35-40%, I would probably cater to family's requirements, whatever is needed, whatever is missing. If it's something in the house that needs to be done, that needs to be done. If it's something that is from either children's education or insurance premiums or whatever. I don't believe in insurance, by the way, it's a scam. All those things I'll probably go on towards that. Yeah, so that's how to answer that question. If you knew your answer is correct and the teacher's answer is incorrect, would you hold your own ground? Yes, I would hold my own ground. I would argue back, or not argue back, I would at least try to explain the logic of what my thinking is, the rationale why I have reached that thought process, and then I will expect the teacher to do the same. And then obviously, trying to understand that why one person is right, one person is wrong. If both the parties are willing to do that, then it would make sense. But yes, I would want to hold my ground. But at the same time, I would also know, because this is someone of a higher authority, I would not want to salvage or damage my relationship with that teacher or the school or whatever it is. So I would also know when to keep my mouth shut. So that's how I would think about it. And the question 6, what do you think a happy family is like, and what should Papa and Mama be doing? So this obviously is very subjective to every parents and parenting styles. So in my case, what do I think a happy family is like? I think a family that has fun, they laugh, they joke, they eat food together, they travel together, they spend time together, they talk to each other, they understand each other's feelings, and they support each other. That's what a happy family is like. And I think, what should Papa and Mama be doing? So in this case, I can obviously talk about my parents. Dad not around, but what my parents could have been probably doing is, maybe paying a bit more attention to the kids, maybe paying a bit more care to their feelings, to their thoughts, to their emotions. And yeah, maybe that would have helped a bit. But yeah, not everything happens as we want. So that's my take on all these things. Yep. Cool. Then till next time. Bye.